When a bank loans money, it takes a risk the loan won't be paid back. And not all loans get paid back. Banks write off loans. Nonetheless, banking is a very profitable business. The big banks earn about a 17% return on their equity. Equity is if you put a $100 deposit into the bank account and get 5% interest, you got a 5% return on your equity. Banks overall earn 17%. But the student loan companies...
By the way, 17%.
It's very good return.
Whoa.
Oh, it's a terrific return.
Yeah.
That's why everybody wants to be in the banking industry. Who wants to build cars or widgets when you can be in banking? General Electric is primarily in the banking business. Now, the student loan companies have two deals from the government that violate market principles of risk and reward. The banks make 17% because they've learned how to price risk and judge very well who will and won't pay back and what they can charge them. First of all, of the $85 billion a year of loans, it's an enormous market, $85 billion a year of new loans. Some of them are what are called subsidized loans. And what that means is the government guarantees repayment. No matter what happens, the government gets repaid. On the others,
the borrower may welsh, but the lender gets repaid.
Taxpayers will have to repay.
Yeah.
The other loans, Congress has passed a law that it doesn't matter if you file bankruptcy, you can't get out of that loan. Now, not everybody who goes to college succeeds. Some people just aren't successful. Some people go into a field that's in decline by the time they get their degree. Some people are walking down the street and a guy robbing a bank shoots them in the back by accident, or the cop shooting out with a bandit, stray bullet hits them. They get hit by a bus. They get sick. Something bad happens to them in their lives. Well, the lending companies immediately charge them late fees and jack up their interest rate. Your 6.8% loan becomes your 29% loan, which makes it almost impossible to pay off.
Is there any limit on their interest rate?
No. And the only way that you can get out of that loan is to pay it back, to become totally and permanently disabled. And there are people out there who have had Social Security declare them totally and permanently disabled because they're paralyzed and they've had to fight to get their loan discharged. Or you die broke. The profits as a result of the lenders are off the charts. Sallie Mae, the big lender, had an average return on equity in the last 5 years of 51%. That's the equivalent of a bank telling you we'll pay you 51% interest on your savings account. That's what they got. And I quote some young people who are heavily burdened with these loans. And one of them says of Albert Lord, the head of Sallie Mae, who's become a billionaire. So this is what the system means. I'm in my 40s, I have children, we can't afford a house, so my children have no yard to play in. But Albert Lord has a private personal golf course in Washington, D.C., where $1 million houses are a dime a dozen. This is not capitalism, this is corporate socialism. And more importantly, here's the underlying question, what are we doing charging students to go to college? If the idea is that you should invest in your own future, then why don't we eliminate public education? By the way, there are people calling themselves conservatives who want to eliminate public education. And let's carry this idea to its logical conclusion. If you should personally pay for anything that will advance your interests, I think we should start a government program to loan money to babies to pay their mothers to love them.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.